180!
Komula has got the first 3 darts of this match, the last match of the afternoon session here in Eindhoven. We'll be back after this match for an array of dart players tonight. Barneveld, Lewis, Whitlock, Van Gerwen. Really is a brilliant night of darts here.
Yeah, we nearly didn't have Van Gerwen after his first round match with Vincent van der Voort, went all the way to a deciding leg that Vincent missed match darts.
57.
But he is here and ready to put on a kind of performance which has become his trademark, which is obviously so many people packed into these venues, a lot of them with fake slap heads on in tribute to the Dutchman.
100.
Solid start from Komula, this. Ton 40 and 100. Paul still searching for a first
60.
treble.
Yeah, great start, as you said, from Komula. A deadpan face. I mean, be a great poker player, wouldn't he? You wouldn't have a clue what he would have.
97.
He'd stare you down like a good one, wouldn't he?
Not sure it'd be great for round the table conversation for an evening, Mike. You got a model for that anyway, haven't you?
Yeah, wine will talk for everybody.
64.
Yeah, we're going to get Wayne a Mexican hat next time we all play golf with him. He shot a 3 over par round around the City West, which is rather an exceptional round of golf. So we'll have to check that handicap of his.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that.
I think he got it from a jamboree bag that you get from the local sweet shop. I think that's where that may have come from. But it was an exceptional round of golf, anything like that.
Komula looking at 106 then. He wants double top for a 15 dart leg and to hold throw, and that's a long way away.
And Paul Nicholson still a long way away. Does not threaten this leg at all. Now he finds the treble, and again down to them 16s.
Not tempted to stay there for a double 2?
Do you know what? Sometimes players will go for that 180 when you've got a big crowd like a Premier League crowd, because the noise that the 180 does, as just see Komula hitting the double top for a 16 dart leg. Yeah, when you've got a big crowd like at Christmas or the Premier League crowds, your opponent's on a double and you go up and hit a 180 to even leave one. The noise that the 180 gets.
Still going on when they're approaching the arcade.
Exactly right. You can put them on the back foot on that, and I have seen it quite a few times, and certainly it's something that's worth thinking about.
It is an added factor in the game at the top end, how you use the crowd, how you get them on your side. You'll occasionally see players perhaps go for a bull finish when they'd normally set it up just to see if they can get the crowd on their feet and win them over.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You do know how to work the crowd. You've got, you know, the O2 for the final of the Premier League was over 10,000 people. You know, what you don't want is them on your back. The Premier League crowd is completely different to anything else. You've got the match play crowd, which are the real hardened dart fans. The Christmas crowd is the Christmas party, really. The Premier League crowd is for everybody. Even most of the crowd don't really play darts. They're just out for the atmosphere and a good night. And we tell the players, you know, you have to accept that. It's a commercial business as well as a sport. So without the commercial side, the prize money is not found, especially at the height. You know, it's over 7 million next year.
Yeah, well, some players do thrive on it. You only have to look at the likes of Andy Hamilton, who absolutely loves it, being on stage with all that noise. He usually produces his best stuff for the stage. It's apt that we talk about that, because Paul Nicholson has had his history with the crowd. He's had problems with them, giving him stick. He usually actually gets a better reception, like A.D. Lewis, gets a better reception on the European Tour.
Yeah, you're right. It's a shame that AD gets booed at home because he's such a lovely guy and, you know, an unbelievable talent. Gary gets booed a bit. Gary even got booed in Scotland one day, which was...
Well, Paul Nicholson looking at the big one. And he's on for it. 170 checkout, needs the bullseye. Just narrowly wide. Would have been some way to get off the mark. And Komula came close to a 106 in the first leg. In the end, he ended up taking out 40. He's looking at 101 now. And he's given himself a chance at it. Bends the wire.
Yeah, that was a better thrown dart at the double top than the previous leg, although he still went on to win that. So 9 for double 8 for Paul Nicholson to level it up and hold his throw. Just inside that. Oh, and chance is gone. You can see, not happy. So Komula, well, the first leg was a 16 dart leg, hit this double top first dart.
Second dart will do though. Jarkko Komula races to a 2-0 lead. He did take an early advantage against Justin Pipe in their match in the first round. Before Pipe came back at him. You don't want to let this lad get away from you.
Do you know, when we talk about double stats as well, you know, Komula, although he hit it with his double top with the second dart, he hit it on that visit. You know, that's the important thing. And we see there, you know, 2 out of 5, that's reasonable for Komula. Obviously, Paul, not yet to hit a double. Anything above 40, you're going to be happy with. You know, if you're flying really hot, you know, you're looking at 60% plus, but...
100.
Yep, Komula did take that 40 out in the second dart, but didn't give Nicholson another opportunity. Nicholson looks to be finding his range a little bit now. Another 140, so back-to-back 140s for Paul Nicholson. That just drags his averages closer to Komula in the first 9, actually above him overall. 2-0 down in legs, and Komula responding with a ton 40 of his own.
And nearly a smile. I did see his lips move there. He probably thought that the other treble was in. Nicholson's following up, and yeah, Paul won't be happy with that dart because the first one was sitting pretty good for Paul. He can move into the side there. He's one of those players that can, like Mervyn King, come into the side. Gary Anderson's very good at it as well.
Nicholson has a chance here if Komula doesn't get a treble, and he does.
All you require 136.
Paul Nicholson. Well, it's not going to happen for him. How well can he set it up? Well, that'll leave him tops. Komula may only get 1 at a double. May get 2. May go 25 for double 18. Oh, that leaves him 44.
Yeah. For me, that is the way to go. Guarantees you 2 darts and a double. I know you can hit the bullseye, or like Komula's done, he's missed. But you go the other way, he may only get 1 dart a double, so he's going to get 1 dart a double 18. That's all he needs to hold on to his throw. That's where Paul Nicholson was hoping for a little bit of luck for him missing.
Do you think there with Komula, he's left himself double 18 because originally he was set up to go 25 double 18, so he always had that in his mind. So even though he had the option of tops or double 16,
possibly, yeah. Or you know, we'll find out in the rest of the game if that's his favoured double. I mean, Barnveld used to like the double 18s. A lot of players that like the double 8, but I've said so many times, you know, the breakdown, they don't like the double 9.
And Paul Nicholson hitting that treble 20 more regularly now. He's going to have to really start hammering it to come from 3-0 down here against Komula.
They're not really pounding that treble 20. Paul Nicholson, he's going to have to start now because Komula, you know, he's the sort of guy that doesn't get rattled at all. He's just going to carry on playing his game. But in the last game, Mark Cox 5-0 up against Campbell Jackson and got it back to 5-all. Campbell did, so anything can happen.
Yeah, Justin Pipe did worry Komula. Came back himself from 3 or 4 legs down as Komula puts in a 180. And on the Nicholson throw, Komula was streaked ahead, and he's looking good for a 4-0 lead here.
Yeah, this is an exceptional leg for Komula. Well, we talk about you've got to throw a 12 darter against the throw. Well, he's got a chance here. He doesn't have to take the bullseye route though. So if he hits the 19, he doesn't have to go the 12, but he's hit the 57 now, double 12. Brilliant leg of darts for Komula. 11 darts in that leg to break the throw and to take a 4-0 lead. And Paul, you can see he's bemused. He doesn't know what is going on. Look, he's looking down. He's thinking, what is going on here? It doesn't seem as if Komula's playing brilliantly, and all of a sudden I'm 4-0 down.
Well, just the one maximum for Komula, but he's taking his chances. He's averaging around about the 100 mark here. That's as good as you can expect from him. In fact, there you go, 99.87. Mark will be very, very happy with that.
And the first 9 dart average as well at 112. That's a very good average. You ain't going to lose many games by throwing them 2 averages.
Pretty much textbook what you want to, you know,
yep,
to play at a solid PDC level and go and worry the best in the world.
Yeah, between 112 and 115 on the first 9, and just pushing 100 on your overall average. And yep, that's what you've got to aim for.
Paul Nicholson needs to find something from somewhere. It's another 140. But we've seen him hit 6 so far in the match. And he's not got himself a leg on the board as yet. This is a chance, and it would be a break of throw if he can get over the line in this particular leg. Paul Nicholson, the 10th seed for this tournament. Komula coming into this would have been dismissed as an also round by many, but Justin Pipe is his first scalp, and Paul Nicholson to beat those 2 guys back to back. That'll make a few people sit up and take notice.
Well, now it's Paul Nicholson's chance to have an 11 darter, exactly the same score as Jarkko Komula took out in the previous leg. And will it be the same way? Double 12, just checking for an 11 dart leg. This is back-to-back 11s. He's going to have plenty of time, but he wants to just clean it up, get the double out of the way. Now that's down on them 3s. Now if Komula puts in a 140 or even a 180, could put some big pressure on Paulie Nick.
Well, this is good stuff from Komula. Oh, he's unfortunate to slide into the 3 there. But leaves him 140. Not beyond the realms of possibility. He steps up and smashes that in. Paul Nicholson is looking at double 3. And that ain't easy, but he finally gets a leg on the board. Paul Nicholson is off and running. The asset.
6 leg pull to the reverse. Game on.
Trails 4-1 though.
And it was a breaker throw, so that's the result. So now, just put in a good strong leg. Just put your opponent on the back foot a little bit, because at the moment, Komula's done all the leading, and all Nicholson can do, especially with the first 4 legs, was chase. And Komula, well, he didn't make any mistakes in those first 4 legs.
Well, once again, Komula bang on the scoring. And if Paul Nicholson is going to get back into this, I think the Finn is going to force him to play some pretty spectacular darts.
140.
And that isn't too shabby. Back-to-back 140s. Can Komula follow him? Oh, it looks like, very much like he can.
100.
Has to settle for a ton in the end.
Oh, there we have the angle of Paul Nick's start. Pretty good. You can see both of those are in. And another 140. 3 on the trot again for Nicholson. The last 3 legs, 2 from Paul Nicholson, 1 from Komula, have all been left on 81.
140.
Impressive stuff. A professional leg from Paul Nicholson. 140, 140. He wanted the treble 19 for double 12. Oh, is he going to go for it? Yes, he does, but this is outside. Komula back on 1-2-1. He probably felt he had to go for the bullseye. Komula himself may get a shot at the ball if he can hit treble 17, which he can't. So Paul Nicholson will be back. Looking to reduce the arrears to just 2 legs and gradually claw his way back after Komula had run out to a 4-0 lead. Double 80 once. Misses outside, just has to readjust.
That's the second time he's had 2 darts at double 8 and missed them. And he's let in Komula again. You can see the expression on Paul Nick's face. He's disgusted with himself. Missing that double. And now it's Komula that's going to get 2 darts at double 8. He wires the first one. And he pins it in there. And that was to break the throw back. And Paulie Nick was really... I mean, he started to score really well. 3 140s in both the last 2 legs. But missed those double 8s. And there we have it. I mean, look at the 140 count of Paul Nicholson. 12-5. It's more or less the same the other way on the tons.
Yeah.
It's now Paul Nicholson that's pushed his average up, the first 9 average. And if he hadn't missed them doubles, he would have been up at about 97, 98 on the overall average. So they're scoring well, but just not closing the legs out.
Yeah, there's no question that Paul Nicholson has certainly come back into this match and started putting Komula under pressure. But the impressive thing is how the Finn has just dealt with it. Got on with it. That 64 check out.
I think what happens with players like Komula, he's a little bit like Brendan Dolan. You know, because they throw quite slow and they're not, you know, flamboyant or anything, you sometimes don't give them the credibility for their ability. You know, because Komula has played a really good, solid game of darts here. Over a 97 average, nearly 98. You know, his first 9 dart average is up there at 110 plus. That's a good, solid game of darts. Not going to lose many, Dan, do you know what I mean?
Well, if you can reproduce that in every game you play over a weekend, that will win you tournaments potentially. Somebody's going to have to throw something special to beat you.
That's
and right
exactly
now,
right.
Paul Nicholson is desperately trying to find that something special. It's another ton 40 for him. But Komula has been quietly going about his business. After 9 darts, he's left on the Della himself. And he wanted the treble 18 for double 12.
98.
And that sets it up absolutely wonderfully. Jarkko Komula could win this 6-1 if Paul Nicholson doesn't take out 161 and he's not really threatened that treble 20 there. He's back in, but the game may be up for Paul Nicholson, the world number 20, the 10th seed, the former Players' Championship winner, because the Finn Jarkko Komula's looking at double top, and he'll look to work his way down from there. And it'll have to be double 10 for him. And finds it, and Jarkko Komula is into the 3rd round. A 6-1 winner over Paul Nicholson, who applauds his opponent. Stunning stuff from Komula. Really, really solid display. And what a way to round off the afternoon session here at the Dutch Darts Masters.
One